Hello everyone. Most of these lighters that I got here, I got at antique stores. Down to here for sure, and then part of these. It's a nice one. I-05. Same year insert. Met a guy that had one that actually said seal of the President of the United States. He seemed to think those were given out at the White House or other people, at embassies maybe or whatever, but I didn't catch the year of it. But he wasn't ready to give that one up. And as you notice, whoever had these was into trains. We've got, 2, 4, 6 trains here. Of course, a lot of them still have the sticker. I really like the ones with the, as some people will call them, the pasties. Now, some of them are very generic, and unfortunately, some of them are being counterfeited. They're going and buying emblems and just attaching them on there. We saw one that we couldn't find online, and we found the emblem that was a tie tack. It looked like somebody had cut that tie tack and then just glued it on to make it, to have a $12 brushed chrome, somebody tried to sell for $50, $75. Who knows what they would try to get out of it. So, but this one's an XV99. I think this series is called, if I'm correct, the Birds of Prey. Again, if I say anything incorrect, please let me know in the comments. And this one is an 03. So far, this is my first and only anniversary. You can see it's got unique stamping on it. Come on. All right. 3297 anniversary model. I really like that one too. This one doesn't have that stamp, the unique stamp, but it is dated the same as the case. 97. D of 97. Police one. Gotta love our police and our firemen and our military, our EMTs, our medical personnel. K of 10. I don't know that this is I don't know what year they start coming out with the 540s, but that may be a precursor to that. Train series. Oh, that's car. My fault. Centennial of Speed, 1903 to 2003. Labeled LO2. It's got the sticker on it. All right, now getting into some of the trains. This one's a 99, E99. Actually, that one's been ripped off. E of 99 also. This one's 96. D of 96. Oh, look at that one. Great American Train. I didn't know that said that on it. The emblems on it sounds a little bit muted, but they need cleaned up. I'm getting flint ash everywhere. Same as the insert and case are the same. Notice this one doesn't have the hole. I have to look at the paperwork to see when all that was done. Hole for the flint storage, which back in the day, they didn't have that hole. I remember when I was in the service, just like it's all over the internet, you know, people would store extra flints underneath. Sorry, but if you, I mean, you could always, if somebody didn't have one, you can loan them a flint. But I had one buddy of mine that kept 2 or 3 flints in there. But granted, he was a chain smoker, but I think it'd take a long time to go through 2 or 3 flints. But he was prepared. Egyptian theme. 98. E of 98. All right, this is a cigarette brand. Back in the day, I don't think they still make this. 25th anniversary. 95. E of 95. Same as inserts, the same as the case. Come on. Sticks a little bit. I'm going to pronounce this Doral. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce it. I just know that was a cigarette brand back in the day. Here's another one. High polish, chrome. This one's a brass. Looks like, I don't know if that says, welcome to Tobaccoville, North Carolina. 96, A of 96. K of 96. Actually, K of 95. And that's could be normal, you know, for, you know, either the case to be sitting in storage before they put the inserts, or more likely the inserts be sitting around, and then when they get the case done, they put that insert in. As you can see, some of them are exactly the same, some of them are a little off. But I think I like this one, the sound. Classic Zippo click. Of course, our lovely Statue of Liberty from France. 98, K of 98. I like that subdued version. It looks good with the Statue of Liberty. Back to some railroad. Railroad Express 999, it looks like, is the number on that one of the train. D of 96. Santa Fe F3 diesel locomotive. Lionel, American legend. 98, K of 98. L of 98. That was K of 98. Let's see. GG1 electric locomotive Lionel series also with a ID number of 2332. I know you trained folks out there really into that. Other than looking on it, I couldn't tell you anything other than that. This one's J of 98. Pew Pew, Smith & Wesson, Model 19, 357, F of 98. Good old Beatles, Let It Be. This one's 97, D of 97. This one's I of 98. I think we might have to, this Wild Horse Saloon. We may have to do this in a future video. Clean this puppy up. I'm still tagged with the paper. That'd be interesting to see if hopefully I don't scratch it. But clean this up a little bit. It's got some pitting, fingerprints, some tarnish. That'd be an interesting one to clean up. Harley Davidson motorcycles. CO1. B of 01. So the insert was done a month before the case. All right, Native American. Looks like a 1906 Indian head cent. D 98 again. Same as the case. An old buck camo. Yeah, that one feels different. It's got like a little bit of a rough texture, if you will. Not as smooth as some of the matte. That's pretty cool. A little bit different. D of 03. Sealed up. Now John Deere. Hopefully mine is real. But I believe this one is counterfeit a lot. John Deere. But A04. If you guys think this is not real, let me know. It's sealed up. Or if you think it's real, let me know. George Blaisdell. Founded Zippo, 1932. A of 98. F of 98. Thank goodness for that man right there. And his continuing legacy with special lighters that come out, and his family that's continuing on the tradition. All right. I think this one is a black ice. See a little bit of, I call that charcoal. That's pretty. This one's F06. Let's put one in out here. You can also kind of predate them by, you know, the types of the warning labels. one slim in the bunch. Just a plain, I think at one time it was probably a high polished chrome with some scratches on it. That one's dated 1/1, which is 64. Listen to that dainty click. These wicks, as you can tell from all the powder on there, it's been used. The wick is non-existent. It's corroded into powder. All right, these ones down here were not bought at the antique stores. All right, high polish brass, some light scratching on it. Newer one, armor, the armor symbol there, K of 25. Let's see about our insert. Let's say A of 26. Say a better light, better flint. Strike the flint there. Crown Royal. You can see the layer of protective coating. It's shiny on there. Looks like it's not lacquer, but it almost looks like lacquer or varnish. Actually, I don't know what it is, but this one I actually bought for a buddy of mine, but once I got it, I don't drink Crown Royal. I'm not really much of a drinker at all, but just on special occasions, maybe a glass of wine or here or there, or maybe a bottle of beer. But I like it, so he may get something else. This one's F of 25. You can really see the layer on there, I think. Hopefully it comes out in the camera. But F of 25. E of 25. And that's a good, a lot of these, that's just, I think that one was sealed. I think that one was sealed. Come on, let's find one. I don't remember which ones weren't sealed now. That's right, these weren't. Actually, that hinge isn't bad. But if it's used, and obviously this one was used, the hinges will be loose just from constantly being open and closed. That one's still pretty good. A little bit of wiggle there. But see how tight, like hardly any wiggle there. Brand new. And I love copper. Probably because I've worked with copper a lot over my life. Different plumbing jobs, pretty much is the main thing. But copper's got a unique smell to it. Not saying that this does. Actually, it does. But copper definitely has a unique smell, especially when you get it all over you. Get the flux and everything on you. But anyways, I digress. E of 19. You guys like copper? Tell me what your favorite material is. I love brass, but I like copper also. And so we'll skip that one for last. U.S. Navy veteran. I of 25. Same as the insert. I of 25, in case the insert match. Speaking of metals, bimetal. I really like these. Some people could give or take them. I know price-wise it's probably not the best because, taking a bunch of silver ones, sterling silvers, and a bunch of copper ones, and basically taking half of one and half in another, but these can be as expensive as a regular sterling one. I wouldn't pay that for it, but people are getting carried away online sometimes. But I do love it. Bimetal, 2 types of metal, copper and sterling, stamped as such. Isn't that cool? Copper sterling 2023C. See, they actually changed the date. Usually the date's over here and the month is over here, but they swapped it a little bit, make it a little special, I guess. C of 2023. This one, C of 23. And listen to the sound. Look at that. Copper and sterling. If you guys haven't seen my video about counterfeit Zippos and how to tell, there's all kinds of ways to tell out there. For example, for coins, you can test it magnetically. You can test it on a slide. You can test it with the pinger. You can test it by look. You can test it with the Sigma metallitic tester. You can test it with displacement. There's a lot of different ways you can test it, and I've always heard that if you test it at least 2, if not 3 of the ways, if it passes 2 to 3 of those ways, then that's one way to prove that it's truly silver. We got all these idiots out there, excuse my French, but trying to dupe people into buying something that it's not, that apparently don't have any morals. But I just love that. If you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. But they also come out with one that's flipped. Sterling, silver on the bottom, and copper on the top. Those go for some pretty penny too. You would have thought it was 50-50 as far as a manufacturer. They were done at different times from what I've heard. But they're not as prevalent. You don't see them as much. So I don't know if the number of manufacturers is less, but people are asking that typical money for them too. But listen to this silver ping. I can do it right. Come on. Listen to that. Let's do, we gotta get one that's, some that are open. Do a regular copper, a brass, high polish, armor. All right. Yeah, we're gonna open that one. Once we got it open, that was an E19. G19. All right, so copper. Sterling. Oh, that sounds awesome. Brass. Brass again. Armor brass. And can't really see it there. Almost doesn't even, my eyes, it's not seeing it. I'm not seeing the case thickness. Yeah, that's not armor. But they're supposed to be up to 1.5 times wall thickness. But let's do that again. Which one do you guys like? Put in the comments. Thank you.